So Jordan Brand ended 2021, a year filled with insane sneaker releases, with the bang with the Bread Air Jordan 1s, but it seems like they're trying to continue their momentum with this brand new Air Jordan 4 release. What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler, and today I'm reviewing the upcoming Air Jordan 4 Crimson. But before we dive into the video, I want to give a huge thank you to the sponsor, Whatnot. Whatnot is a live shopping auction platform based around community. They feature live sneaker shows 24/7 with auctions that start as low as $1. And my favorite thing about Whatnot is that when you buy a shoe or product from Whatnot, you know exactly what you're getting, and that's because the seller actually showed you the exact shoe that you're buying. They show you all the different sides, they show you the accessories and the boxes, so you know exactly what you're getting when you buy that shoe. Not only that, the items ship very, very quickly. Personally, I love Whatnot because I love the community aspect of the app. I love going on to live streams, watching people bid on products that they want, and hearing the seller actually talk about those products. In fact, I'll actually be doing my own Whatnot live stream, and here's a trailer for what you can expect. Hey Whatnot, make sure to tune into my very first live stream on Friday, January 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for a chance at sneakers from my own personal collection and sneakers from the $20 sneaker collection. In addition to that, I'm also giving away some pairs of socks, so make sure to stay tuned. So make sure to sign up for Whatnot by clicking my link in the description below, and if you use my link, they actually give you $10 as a referral bonus that you can use on anything, whether it's sneakers from my collection or maybe Funko Pops if you're into that. But now let's dive right back into the video. So I grabbed these Air Jordan 4 Crimsons off GOAT and paid way too much money for them. I should never have paid that much for them, but I wanted to get you guys an early review. And because of that, I am probably going to include these in the Whatnot sale on Friday just to try and recoup some of my losses because these guys were way too much money. I think the resale price for these will drop once these actually end up releasing, but man, instant ship was expensive. But as far as the actual retail release for these shoes, these drop officially on January 15th, which is a Saturday, for a retail price of $190. And I've got to say, while this shoe is probably going to be a pretty popular release, it's not one of my favorite Jordan 4s, and that's just my own personal opinion, but there's something about it that just doesn't seem exactly right. But really quick, before we get into the actual review of these shoes, I want to show you guys the box, which unfortunately came from GOAT in a pretty busted state. I'm not super stoked on this, especially because I plan to sell these shoes after I'm done with them, but it is what it is. But the box itself is a pretty standard Air Jordan 4 design. You've got your black top half with the Jumpman in red and the flight text underneath in white, and then the bottom half of the box comes in gray with the black splatter print detail, which I really like. Then on the front of the box, you've got the size tag. I had to go with the size 9.5 because that was the only one that was semi-reasonably priced on GOAT Instant Ship. It seems like there just isn't a lot of stock of these available on the resale market yet, which is kind of weird, especially because this is supposed to be a larger release, but who knows? You've got a pretty weird nondescript colorway for this shoe. It's black multicolor. I was kind of expecting it to be like black crimson or black crimson, but you know, it is what it is. And like I said, the official retail price for this shoe is $190. But now with the box out of the way, let's get right back into the Air Jordan 4 Crimson. So the colorway of this shoe is pretty interesting because it's very similar to that of the Air Jordan 4 Thunders, which was a black and yellow shoe. In fact, in almost all of the places that you see red on this shoe, the Air Jordan 4 Thunders had yellow. And I don't know what it is about this colorway in particular. Red is my favorite color, but there's something about this shoe that just looks better in yellow. I don't know if that's just because I'm used to the Air Jordan 4 Thunders. That yellow and black colorway was very, very clean. In fact, I'm also wearing a yellow and black shirt. That wasn't on purpose. But this red and black just doesn't seem to work as well. Maybe it's because a lot of classic OG Air Jordan 4s and just OG Air Jordan colorways in general come in red and black. And because this isn't an OG colorway, it's a new colorway, it just seems a little off. I'm not sure exactly what the reason for this shoe looking off to me is, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem right. But really, that's just my own personal opinion. Colorways are very subjective. Everyone likes different colorways for different reasons. And for whatever reason, I just don't love this colorway. But why don't we get into the materials that actually make up the Air Jordan 4 Crimsons, and starting things off, on the top of the shoe you've got this nice black suede nubuck. So I'm pretty sure that the nubuck that they used on this shoe is a faux nubuck. It's not a real nubuck, and if you didn't know, nubuck is sort of a higher end, more expensive form of suede, which actually surprised me when I learned that a couple years back, but that's the truth. I think just people associate hairy suede with quality, and while usually shoes that have hairy suede are better quality than most Jordans, if you look at like really high-end shoes, nubuck is a higher quality material than suede. But the nubuck used on this shoe definitely feels faux or fake. It definitely looks a little bit too perfect and too manufactured to be actual nubuck. That being said, it doesn't feel bad. It's dyed to be this really nice deep black, which I think looks really great on the shoe. Then as you move up on the sneaker from the toe to the tongue, you get to this black mesh, which is pretty standard for Air Jordan 4s, and just beneath that you get this bright red fabric mesh. Now I think this is the detail that throws me off most on this colorway. I understand on the Thunders they did the exact same thing with yellow, but with this red it just kind of seems a a little cheesy. This looks more like a GS colorway to me than a standard men's Air Jordan 4. It comes in all sizes, but for whatever reason, this kind of looks more like a kid's shoe. I don't know why that is, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me. In my opinion, the shoe would just look that much cleaner if they changed the mesh from red to black. I feel like that would make the entire upper of the shoe flow just a little bit better. Then again, it probably would look too similar to the Bread Air Jordan 4s, so maybe Jordan Brand wouldn't want to do that, I don't know. But I just think it would have looked cleaner in black. And honestly, if you buy this shoe and you don't like the red, you could just dye it black and there you go. But continuing up on the shoe, weaving over top of the tongue, you've got these black flat laces. And in kind of an interesting detail, on the black eye stays of the shoe, you've actually got these red edges, which is super interesting. I've never seen that done before on a pair of 4s. I think it's a nice touch. It actually adds just another nice pop of color, which I'm into. Then moving up to the top of the tongue, you've got more of that black nubuck material, and in the center of the tongue, you've got your black Jumpman patch. Then moving inside the shoe, you've got a black sock liner, which is accented by sort of a almost red, but sort of more of a pinky colored sock liner on the back of the tongue. The insole of the shoe comes in black with the white Jumpman logo printed on the heel. As far as sizing and fit is concerned, these Jordan 4 Crimsons seem to fit like every other pair of Jordan 4s. Obviously, I had to go a half size up for my true size, so I can't tell you exactly how they fit, but I will say that they fit like other pairs of 9.5 Air Jordan 4s that I've worn, and Air Jordan 4s tend to fit me true to size, so I would suggest going true to size on these shoes. However, if you definitely want to be sure before you buy this pair, if you've never tried on a pair of Air Jordan 4s before, I definitely recommend trying on a pair just to make sure that you're not wasting $190. Then continuing back in the shoe, you get more of that black nubuck on the upper of the sneaker, and then towards the top of the eye stays, you've got your red plastic eyelids. Of course, on the midfoot of the sneaker, you've got more of that mesh that comes in both black and red. Again, it's a nice look. I would have preferred it to be black, but it is what it is. I honestly think a lot of people like that detail, so maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. Then moving around to the back of the shoe, you've got this black plastic pull tab with the white Jumpman in the center. Now, of course, because this is a new colorway of the Air Jordan 4 and not an OG colorway, they don't put the Nike Air in the back of this shoe, which is fine. Instead, you get a white Jumpman, which again, looks fine. I'm actually glad they went with the white instead of a red, because I feel like if they had gone with the red, which would have made sense on this shoe, it would have made the shoe seem too samey. Like there would have been too much red and black. I think the white adds a nice pop of color. Moving down on the shoe, you get to this bright crimson colored midsole, which actually seems like it was painted in sort of a matte paint, which I don't really love. I kind of wish they had gone for the more glossy look that they usually go for. Matte paint also scuffs pretty easily, or looks like it's scuffed a little bit more easily than gloss paint, so that kind of stinks. Plus you can see all the brush strokes. There's a lot of things I don't like about this midsole, but the color is nice, so there you go. I don't mean to be hating on the shoe so much, it's just because the Air Jordan 4 is such a classic sneaker, and black and red Jordan 4s are almost even more classic, so when you get a colorway like this, which is almost great, you kind of wish that a couple things were done differently. There really are a lot of weird like brushstroke imperfections on here too. I didn't expect that. Then finally moving to the bottom of the sneaker, you've got this black rubber outsole accented by a crimson hit in the toe and a white Jumpman in the midfoot. Overall, the Air Jordan 4 Crimson is a solid Air Jordan 4 colorway, and if you don't have any other pairs of Air Jordan 4s, I definitely recommend picking this shoe up. Like I said, I don't hate this shoe, I think it's a really great colorway, but for colorways like this that are so close to being perfect, I just kind of wish a couple things were done differently. Again, that's my own personal opinion, you might feel differently, and I'd actually love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below, but for me personally, this is not a shoe that I really see myself keeping or wearing on a regular basis. I'm also really interested to see how the release for this shoe goes and what the resale price for this sneaker does in the future. From what I'd heard from honestly a lot of other sneaker YouTubers, it seemed like there was a lot of stock of these available, but trying to grab a pair of these before release was a lot more difficult than I expected. In fact, it was actually harder than a lot of other shoes. And that can be a sign that there isn't a lot of stock available. Now it's possible that this is a GR and just a lot of stock is stuck overseas or something like that, or hey, maybe Jordan Brand is just getting better at cracking down on stores that are releasing their shoes early. Whatever the reason is, this shoe was more difficult to get than I originally thought that it would be. Then again, that might not be indicative of how the release is actually going to go, but we'll just have to wait and see. Saturday is going to be a very interesting day, and if you have not been entering raffles for this shoe and you want a pair of these, make sure to enter all the raffles you can, because it is possible that this shoe might be harder to get than we all think. But at this point, I would love to know your thoughts on the Air Jordan 4 Crimson and whether this is a shoe that you're going for when they finally release on the 14th. So make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Once again, huge thank you to Whatnot for sponsoring today's video, and don't forget, if you guys want to grab this pair or any of the other pairs in my collection, make sure to tune in to my Whatnot live stream, which will be happening on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And again, there's a link to sign up for Whatnot in the description below, and you get $10 if you sign up using that link. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.